Alright, we're going to be making some sheet metal. I'm going to use paper as a reference. We're going to make a squared around. This is what the finished product will look like. It's going to be 3-inch round. From a 5-inch square. Let's see. Paper's flimsy, so it don't, but it's 5 inches. So, triangulations. Show you how to do it. Step 1, make you a 5-inch square. This is a symmetrical, concentric, squared around, no offsets for this video. Just teaching the basics here. So to get your 5-inch square, let me turn the camera around here. I just now noticed that it's upside down. Is that in focus? There we go. Excuse me. Alright. We're going to start off with a 7-inch square. Or 5-inch square, I'm sorry. I'm going to put a point on a 5-inch mark. And I'm going to go across from those marks 5 inches. This is easier done with a small framing square, but I'll show you how to do it with just a ruler. I'm going to go from point to point, and from corner point to corner point, that's 7 and 3/32. And from this point to this point, it's 7 and 1/32. Very close. It's about a 1/8 off. You can put a point right above that one, a point right above that one. It's from the old mark, 7 and 1/8 to 7 and 1/16 on that mark to that mark, 7 and 1/16. Okay, that's pretty square, so I'm going to go 5. And 5. Five at the top. And 5 at the bottom. You can go midway of all 4 of my faces, 2.5 inch. 2.5 inch. Pull these faces 2.5 inch. 2.5 inch. Okay. Now I'm going to connect them at the center points. Alright, this is a concentric squared around, so we only really need 1/4 of our square layout to get all 4. So I'm going to take my compass I'm going to set it to 1.5 because we're going to make a 3-inch circle. I'm going to take and make my circle. Don't have to make the full circle because this is symmetrical, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to make it bold enough where you can see it. Alright. This being symmetrical, you can go from the middle point of your center of your square to the edge corner of your square, and that will give you center of your circle there. That works because this is symmetrical, but if it were not, which I will show you how to do in later videos, but you can also find your center of your circle with this compass. Just take and place it. Let me label this square out so that you can keep up with where I'm at. Put an A down in the corner, put an X here, and I like to put a Y here. This is your X-axis and your Y-axis. Alright, so at your Y-axis, take and put the point of your compass and strike a mark. Do the same thing, the point of your compass at the X-axis of your circle. Cross your previous mark from the Y-axis on your circle. Oh, so that gives you a cross reference point to pull from the center of your square to get to the center mark on that circle. Alright, we're going to further subdivide this into 2 more sections. So I'm going to go back to my Y-axis on my circle. I'm going to mark, and I'm going to go from the mark that I made on my circle for center point, and I'm going to mark back through my previous mark, and I'm going to turn it all the way around, put a scratch mark over here. Now I'm going to go to my X-axis where my circle intersects and scratch back through my previous scratch. So that gives me center point from this center point to my X and Y axis. So take my ruler back to the center point of my square, take it around here to my cross scratches, make a mark on my circle. Same thing up here, ruler to center of square, makes my other mark. Alright, once I get this far, I'm going to label them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, at this point I need to come down here and make me a true angle diagram. We're going to make this thing 3 inches tall, and we're going to come out as perpendicular as we can, most square as we can. About 5 inches is enough for this. So at this point you really want this to be square. If you have a framing square, small framing square, that'd be ideal. So anyway, at this point, this top point right here is 3 inches from A. I'm going to mark this as A. This corresponds with this. Alright, So I'm going to take and put my point of my compass on A and bring it out to my 1 where my Y intersects my circle. That's my point 1. Then I take it down here and I scratch across. That will be my 1 mark. Notice up here, since it's symmetrical, 1 should line up with 5 as well, and it does. So you'll come back down here. 1 lines up with 5, so I'm going to mark 5 also on this 1 mark. I'm going to come back up here, bring it to my 2, and transfer that down here. That will be my 2 mark. And notice up here, since it's symmetrical, it should be same as my 4 mark. So I'm going to label it as 4 as well. And come back to my A. Come to my 3 with my compass. Transfer over here. Come up with this mark as 3. Alright, so the next mark that I need is I need to keep in mind A and X. That's going to be your wraparound. Your wraparound, so when you do your layout, you're going to have 2 layouts. And they're going to connect together. So, your A to X is going to be half your square. So that's half of your wrap. So I'm going to take and save that mark right here. Call it X. I like to do this with Y because it separates this X mark from the A with your height mark for your sides, which you come back down here to Y and you go to 1. You transfer that over here. I'm going to label this as Y. Alright, let's go over here. Try to get this in good view. So, I know the base of my squared around is going to be 5 inches. So take and make a 5-inch line. Label it A and A on either side. Now, take your compass, go back over here. Your true angle diagram here. Take and put your point up here on the 3 and open your compass up to the 1 and the 5 mark. Excuse me. So, let me flip that over so you can see it better. Alright, so once you get that, come back over here to your layout. And scratch from your point A, kind of in the middle of your line. And from this point A, crisscross it. Once you get that where they intersect, that's going to be your point 1. Alright, so now you go back over here to your square. Set your compass between 1 and 2. Come back over here. Put your compass on that point 1 you just made. and make like a parentheses around it, like 2 half moons. Alright, so at that point you come back over here to your true angle, stick your point on your 3, come out to your 2 mark. Okay, once you got that, come back over here to your layout, go from point A and crisscross your parentheses, your little half moons, from both point A's. Okay, so once you crisscross those, put you a point, label it 2 and 2 to either side. Repeat the process. Come back over here. Put your compass from 2 to 3. Alright, come back over here. Make another parentheses type, half moon type deal here from your 2 mark. There we go. And then come back down here. Set your compass between the 3-inch vertical and your 3 mark. Then you come back over here to your point A. Scratch across the half moon from your point 2. Those new points you'll label 3 and 3. Next, we go back to our circle. See 3 and 4. Okay. Come back over here to the layout. Draw a semicircle. Oh, I came off of it. 3 and 4. Let me get it reset. Squeeze my compass too hard. Alright, here we go. Alright. I'll be mindful of that wrong mark over here. Alright, so come back to your 3 mark here, stretch it out to 4. Okay, come back over here. It's a lot of moving around. Compass on A, point A, on the layout, here as well, to that side. Those cross points, intersections are 4 and 4. One more time. Go back to the circle. Find 4 and 5. Alright. Come back over here to your 4 mark you just made. Alright. Half moon thing. Alright. Set the compass back to 1 and 5. 1 and 5 mark on your true angle. Okay. Come back over here. Place on A. Scratch across your last half moon marks on your layout. Label them. It's 5 and 5. Alright, we're done with that. Now we got to get the wings, the wraparounds. So the next thing we do is, remember we took the measurement for your A to X, and you know that's going to be half your length for your wraparound, use A and X. You can take that measurement here. You know half of 5 is 2.5. So you can take that measurement here. Or you can go back to your true length angle, place your point at A, come over to your X here. All of those will get you this next step. This next step, go to your layout, go to A, and trace a big half moon, parentheses, whatever you want to call it, semicircle to either side of the line on your layout. So now you have these semicircles to either side of your line, both sides. At this point, you want to get your distance from 5 back to these half moon things you just drew. Alright, so to get that, you'd come back over here to 3. This is where you took your Y measurement here. You need to take that, you need to take it, put your compass on 3 on your true length, carry it out to Y. That will go from your point 5 on your layout out to your wraparound length. And that gives the depth from 5 to the end of your wrap. We'll label it as X. Do the same thing with 5 over here on this side. That cross point, label X. Now we play connect the dots. X to A, 5 to X, X to A, both sides. Then draw out your triangulations from 5 to A, 4 to A, 3 to A, 2 to A, and 1 to A. That completes your triangulations to that side. You'll mirror it to this side, 1 to the other A, 2 to A, 3 to A, 4 to A, and 5 to A. And I'm just going to connect my top. There you go. There's your layout. Works with sheet metal. That's what this is for. Triangulations for sheet metal. Let's see. Let's cut this on out. Which on your cutouts you're going to leave one with some space on your edges. So when you're cutting out your sheet metal, you're going to go past that point and come down like so. Just to give you something to connect with when you're bringing your two layout pieces together. Sorry, technical difficulties. Alright, so when you get to this point, you're going to take this to the brake press. Bend your metal slightly. I'm bending it not slightly because I am dealing with paper instead of metal. Same concept. So once you bend all these triangulations, what you come out with is a half of your squared around, and you'll just make another half just like it, or leave you some wings on one of them, cut the other one out straight like that so you can braze it, solder it, weld it, rivet it, whatever you want to do, get it together. And the 2 point pieces together will make this. Yep. Concentric squared around. I hope this video helps. And thank you for watching.